Hey everybody, I'm Maureen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I made in April, and I am so excited for this list or this recap because it includes a little vacation sewing and just some like major goals that I made for myself and then I later hit. So let's talk about it. At the beginning of the year, I said I was going to do 52 garments this year. At the top of April, I started with 32 garments left for the year. I made 10 garments in the month of April, and I am blown, literally. And so that means that I have 22 garments left for the year. I don't want to lose momentum. That's all I gotta say. So let's get into this list. Okay, so I started the month with my Easter dress, and that was M7862. This was a rayon challis blush color fabric that I got from Melanated Fabrics. And this was kind of like a sneaky good pattern that I don't think anyone really had on their radar for anything. And I just really liked the raglan sleeve. And I liked also that it was a puffy sleeve, so I just went with it. And I do have a sewing vlog for that dress since it was kind of like I said, just something that wasn't really on anyone's radar. Then I made McCalls 7969. As you know, 7969 from McCalls is a cult classic. One of my first videos on this channel is actually of my first version of my second version of M7969, and it was a rose color, and then this time I decided to hack it and make it into a black top. I have not worn it yet on a hot date with my hubby, but don't discount me yet. So I was keeping it going with the black, and I made the Lola Tank top. So back in, I think, February and March, I made the tank dress, and I told y'all it wouldn't be too long before I made the tank top. So I kept that promise, and I went ahead and I made the tank top. Now let me tell y'all about this tank top. So this is a textured bullet knit fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it just kind of like scooped everything in really nicely. And so if you happen to shop at Hobby Lobby or just pop in or anything like that, I highly recommend looking at their textured bullet knit fabric that they have. It comes in a few colors because it's just so like resistant, and that's what I love in like a knit, is like a good resistance, a good snapback, and this delivered to the 10th power. So the next thing I made was Simplicity 9702, and I made it with this really great Atelier Brunette fabric that I found on Etsy. One thing about Atelier Brunette fabric, I have not been able to find like a really good rate for it in the US, and I found it on Etsy, and I was so grateful. So I went ahead and bought like this really like nice bronzy amber print fabric, and it's kind of like a viscose maybe, or rayon challis, probably closer on the viscose side. And I did my first full bust adjustment on this pattern, and I am so proud of myself for like really pushing through and following through on that. And it's now one of my favorite maxi dresses. I did a sewing vlog and a pattern review on that as well. And of course, I'm gonna link everything that we talk about in the description below, and most of it is already here on this channel as well. And if you like this video, go ahead and buy me a coffee or comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, so the next two things that I made have not quite hit the internet yet, so you're getting a first peek, kind of, if you're not following me on Instagram, of what these two things are. So I made the Mimi G new blazer, and that's Mimi G Simplicity pattern 9714, and I made it out of this blush pink, and it came together so quickly. I promise you, the thing that took me the longest, and it was just because I was being like super lazy, was the hem on the bottom and on the sleeves. Like that was just pure laziness. But I do have a matching pair of shorts that go with this. It's not from the pattern, but it's something that I made like in previous years, and I can't wait to like show you guys this because it's gonna be so cute. And then the other thing I made was McCalls A312, and this was something that I was like honestly really just more curious about how this would look on my body and whatnot. So this was a lot of trial and error, and I'm debating if I want to do a video on it. And if I do, of course, you guys are going to see it, and it's going to be on this channel. Okay, so let's talk about Miami. So You know that I went to Miami for a bachelorette trip. I didn't document anything that like really happened there because again, privacy, what happens in Miami stays in Miami. But also we're grown and we didn't really get into like anything crazy. I mean, not too crazy. So for the first full night that we were there, I made McCalls A312 for the second time, and this one was like a pink mini dress since the theme was pink. And so not only were we all dressed in our best pink, but so was almost every other bachelorette party in Miami. I swear to God, no one had an original idea, but we all looked cute. We all waved hello, took pictures, all that good stuff. Then for the second day, I made a black Marley suit by Edgewater Avenue. Again, I have a whole video on how I made this and just kind of my sewing process with this, and I'll share that as well. And with the Marley bathing suit, we had to wear black because of course the bride was going to wear white. And I just love that I had like that little cutout. I just felt so confident and comfortable. We were on a catamaran. I was having the time of my life. My back is a little crispy right now and I have like a really funky tan line, but we're moving on. Then that night we had a little pajama party. So I wore my satin leopard pajamas that I made. So I used the Ogden cami pattern along with a random shorts pattern that I had, which is New Look 6737, and I was super comfy in those PJs as we ate dinner and played games and whatnot. It was just such a wonderful time. And then for the last day, we went to Nikki Beach, and that is a beach club. It's actually really popular, really nice. It was like all you can eat, and we had like crepes and fruit and a punch bowl and all these great things. And we sat in the shade on the beach and it was just really wonderful. And so I ended up making the Saguaro set because it kind of can balance as a cover up or just like a nice pretty two-piece. So after like making the Saguaro set, I didn't really have time or the energy to make another bathing suit. So I ended up just kind of bringing along a bathing suit that I made last year. I ain't mad at it because I barely wore it. And but if you want to know about it, it is the Bernaza bottoms with the Georgia top. And I made a whole blog post about every single thing that I wore in Miami. And so I'm going to link that below so that way you guys can look at that, and all of the information is in that blog post. All right, you guys, I know that was really short and sweet, but I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not following me already on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and right here, go ahead and hit that follow button. Make sure you stay tuned for my other videos coming up this week. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.